Very good morning, one and all. This is our 8th day of workshop and this is our last day also. From 1st of May 2020, we have started this workshop from the beginning, from the how to download the setup of QGIS, how to install it, what is actually GIS, what is open source GIS, difference between that open source and commercial GIS, and what is the importance of open source. We have gone through each and every part, theoretical also and practical also. Many parts we have covered in this week, but that is not sufficient. We have just started this journey. Today is the officially last day of this workshop, but in the beginning only I have told you within 1 week we cannot complete each and everything. We tried whatever our work plan, we tried to stick with that work plan. First we will complete that one, and after that when you will start actually your working and you face any problem, myself and our friends also always ready to help you. Now we'll start our today's topic, that is attribute query. Now first we'll see the little simple query and slowly we'll go ahead to the higher difficulty. Okay, now we are starting the attribute query. The first query in that, see, I have come with some queries and we'll go with that one, means it will easy also to understand the things. Now this is, and in between that some home exercise also, homework also we have to complete after the completion of our today's session. Okay, now this is our first query. From the given data set, which tehsil in 2 districts have least population? Very simple query. Already we did such kind of work in previous some sessions. Now you are ready with the data set. Already I have given you that data set. You people are ready with that data set. Now you have to open today's data. Now I am going to open that one. Okay, here you will get like this all files. You know how to open the data. I want to only shapefile, then E3 shapefile. I'm opening this all data. Open, downside here, add and close. Okay, now we have 4 data set with us, and one by one we are going to deal with this data set with these queries. What is our first query? Very simple. From the given data set, which tehsil in 2 districts have a least population? Means this is Pune district, this is Bid district. Out of these 2 districts, which tehsil is having the least population? This is our query. I am giving this data set as a X on the basis for the exercise or for the practice purposes and to understand the things. For that I have given this data set. But you don't think in that way. You just think when you have to work on your actual work, on your project work, dissertation and another research work. That time how you will deal with that data. You just think in that things in your mind, and according to that you have to understand these queries. Suppose you are working on some your thesis, PhD thesis, and in that you have to find out a particular thing, that how you can generate a query and how to solve that problem. First we'll go with that. Now see, here 4 data sets are here. First one, Pune Bid LAT latrine, Pune Bid population, Pune Bid latrine facility and water facility, and here last one, Pune Bid water. Let me check what is this data set. Water scarcity water scarcity and total. These are the 4 data sets which are most dealing with the population data set, water data set and latent facility data set. Now our first point is related to the population, then we can disable also the another data set, because rightly we are going to deal with the only population data set. Okay, isn't it? Now here just I am clicking right click, you all know this thing, go to attribute table. If you remember in previous some lectures, day before yesterday's lecture, I have introduced you each and every column. What is that? What SRT, this everything we have discussed. Now here we have to find out the least population. Where is that population column? Child population. Population total. This is our total population data. Then what is our query? We have to just find out the least population. Then what we have to do? Just think. We have to do as ascending or descending order, and we have to find out that tehsil. Then we'll go simple this one, ascending order. In ascending order, what we have to do? We have to just select this tehsil. And is there name of that tehsil? Velle tehsil. Out of that 2 districts, this is the Velle tehsil, is the least population tehsil out of these 2 districts. Now here what we did, we just highlighted that particular district, but till now we haven't extracted that data, isn't it? Okay, now we get to know which is that tehsil which is having least population out of these 2 districts. Now we have to extract this one. Very simple thing, just go to here, do right click, export. Here some options are here. Save feature as. First option is a save feature as. Suppose you click here and do save, then all the features it will appear as like as what it is appearing here. Save feature as. All features will export, but we do not want that one. What we want, that particular one tehsil. Then what we have to do, save selected feature as. That point we have to select here. When we will click there, that time you are familiar with this window will appear there. Now here it is asking format, in which format you want to save. Many formats are there. Out of that you have to save your format. Here we are using the Esri shapefile. This is the very popular one data set in the GIS platform. We are using Esri shapefile. Suppose you are working some another data set, you want to data set save in another format. In GeoPack also we can save that one. Already I told you, shapefile is not only for a format of data set, there are different formats also, but we are using the shapefile. That's why I am giving here shapefile. Now here we have to give the file name. You know how to give. We have to go to browse. Here is my practice folder. I am always using that folder for the saving the practice thing. Now here VLA, we can give the name of that VLA. Already here is that format is there, because already we have chosen this format. Now here we have to just go with save. Okay, that path will appear here. This is the coordinate reference system. Projected coordinate reference system is there. Encoding is 8-bit. Everything is there. Now we have to just go here. Now here one option is there, add saved file to map. Suppose this is the check-in, then whatever things we are performing here, automatically it will appear here. Suppose we uncheck here, then it will save in that particular folder. But for the showing purpose, I want to keep that output, whatever output we will get, that should be on the layer panel. I want that one for to the showing. That's why I am keeping on this one. And it is always better to keep on, because whatever we are doing, it should appear here. Then it will be easy for the understanding. Okay, and we'll do okay. That process will go. See here, layer exported successfully, saved vector layer, that here that path is there, and hit appear here. Now here see that output layer is appeared here. Now this is our old one. we just skip here. This is our new output. We can do here. This is our village tehsil list population tehsil, out of that 2 district. This is our output. Okay, this is our first query. I do not want to keep this one. We can remove that layer also. Okay, now we'll move next query. Today we are going to deal with the only attribute query only, nothing other part we are going to do here. And there are some questions also from the audience. They asked me some different question. In that, one question is there regarding layout. That is in my mind only. We have to go with the layout, how to lay out the whatever work we are doing. Obviously we are going to do, suppose today because of the time it's not possible, then also don't worry, don't panic. After completion of this workshop also, I will generate some videos, important videos regarding some important points, and I will send you that same link on the YouTube also, YouTube channel also, and Telegram channel also. I am not going to off that both the channels. That will be working, and you will get the things over there. Now we'll see the next one, that is the second query. Find out the areas having child sex ratio above 850. Now here we have to find out the areas which are having child sex ratio above 850. Simple thing. Again we have to go to here, population. One more thing. Now see the last output that is highlighted here. You know how to highlight this one. That option is there. Already we gone through there. Deselect feature. Just click there, then nothing is selected there. You always have to keep like that. Okay. So now we are going to do our next query. Here is the next query, that is the find out the areas having child sex ratio above 850. Now here already we open this population. We have to right click over here, open attribute table. Already one attribute table is open there. I'm just going to close another one that is there. Okay, now what is that? Child sex ratio. Then first we have to find out the child sex ratio. Okay, this is in ascending order. What we have to find out? Above 850. Then what you will think, what we have to go? We have to find out the areas which are above 850 child sex ratio. Two things we can do. We go with the manually also, and we go with the query also. In the manually, what we have to do? 850 above 850 means we can do like this. Okay, this is our output, 850 above 850. What again, same thing we have to do. We have to go here, export, select feature, save selected feature as, and again we have to give the path. That is the one option. This is also 100% correct only. There will be no any problem. But when we are going to do some complicated things, suppose this is the very small data. This is very small data. That's why we were able to find out in such a way. But suppose we have a very huge data. You are dealing with the population census data. Suppose you are working on some company, and a company is having the thousands employees, or in government sector you are dealing with some ministry, and we have to deal with the throughout the India. In such a condition, manually selecting the numbers or rows, it is not a possible, means it is a headache work. Then we have to go with the query instead of doing the manual. Then how to perform that query, we'll see. First go to here, downside left corner, here show all features, click here. Okay, then second last option, that is the advanced filter. That option is there, advanced filter expression. Just click over there. When you will click there on this option, then this window will appear in front of you. Okay, Here is the expression, all expressions are here. Function editor, that function editor is also here. Then here different options are here. One by one you can check everything what is exactly there, because already I have told you this is very big software, many options are there. Even though I am working on QGIS, but many times what we are doing, we are just using that options which is related to us or which is related to our work. Frequently we are using that option. Very rarely, very hardly we are using the another one, because suppose that is not related to my work, why should we bother about that? Many times we are using the same practice. That's why suppose you want to expert in a software, then do habit to just explore the things. Okay, now here fields and value option is there. Fields and values, just click over there. When you click there, that time whatever variables are available on your attribute table, all variables will appear here. Okay, what is the use of this? The use of this option, we can handle the data by using the expression based filter from here. Okay, that is one option, that is field and value. Downside, one option is there, that is the operators. Okay, the same operators we can get here also, we can get here also, and suppose you wish, you can use your keyboard also. Nothing wrong is that, you can use that one also. But for your information, you can get that options here also or here also, is up to you. Whatever things you feel comfortable, easy, you can use that one. In beginning only I inform you, in a software there are same option you can find by 2-3 ways, means same option we can get by another ways. Then it's up to you, whatever way you can use, the output, the result will be same, there will be no any problem. Now our query is child sex ratio above 850. Then where is that? See, this is the child sex ratio, we have to just click here, then above. Okay, I use my laptop keyboard for the above, or you can get directly from here also. This one, where is it? This one, nothing is wrong in that. Okay, use this one and 850 by keyboard. Okay, just press OK, then same the result you will get here, same result you will get. The way we used manually, the same way we got the result by using the query. Okay, this one was our second query. The first query, we find out the least population tehsil out of the 2 districts. Here the little advanced query, that is the we find out the above 850 tehsils. Okay, now again this one deselect, we are moving to next query. Just note down, this is the homework for you people. Now what you have to do, the homework first, interpret the result of query. Why I am giving this homework? See, many of our participants, either they are in the academic field or the research field. Okay, by using only the software we will get some result, we will generate some result, but as a researcher, as an academician, our role is not that much. Okay, whatever data or whatever output we are getting, after that interpretation is very important. The way we will interpret that one, then it will be easy for the understanding to layman or authority or the policy makers. On the basis of that, they are going to build a policy or any decision. Then interpretation is very must. Now our first homework is that interpret the result of query number 1. Okay, with respect to the urbanization, use road shapefile as base for the urbanization. Okay, here you have to use some another data sets of the urbanization, and you have to just interpret the first query. That first query was the least population tehsil. Then suppose you are dealing with the population, urban, settlement, geography, or any related branches, then you will connect this idea with our result. Obviously, when the population is list, mostly the basic amenities, basic facilities is not there in general view. Then what is there? In this, that way you can interpret the result. Just try to interpret the result. This is our first homework on the basis of the previous queries. Now we are moving to our next query, that is the which are areas having sex ratio below 950 and total female literacy above 65%. Now here if you see the pattern of our query, we are just moving to the logical things. Means now slowly we are moving increasing the difficulty level and increasing the logical levels as well. Means see here we have to find out such areas which are having sex ratio below 950, sex ratio below 950 and total female literacy rate, that is the here we are giving the rate in the percentage, that is the below 65. Means here we are not going to do just mechanical query, we are just correlating the female literacy rate with the sex ratio. Means after getting that result, we are able to say there is a relation between sex ratio and female literacy rate. Okay, in that way also we can interpret the result. First we will see how to generate that query, how to get that result, and after that as per our capacity we can interpret the result. Okay, this is very useful. Many of our participants, I am always getting the message from the audience, they are from research background, someone is doing their PhD, MPhil work, or another someone they are in a teaching field, in a research field. Whenever we are writing our research paper or anything, that time such kind of things are very important where we can use such a queries. Okay, now here we have to, I am just noting this one, sex ratio 950 and female literacy below 65. Sex ratio below and female literacy below. Now earlier it was we were dealing about the single things, single variable. Here we have to deal with the double variable. It is also very easy. Again we have to go here, open attribute table. Already one attribute table it was there. I am just going to close this one. Now here, now sex ratio below 950. Same, go to here, advanced, then fields and values. In that first sex ratio, see here three sex ratios are there, sex ratio total, rural and urban. Three sex ratios are there, but here nowhere mentioned in our query the male or female. Here just mention the sex ratio, then we are going with the total sex ratio. Okay, and the below 950, below 950, and the another one, that is the literacy, female literacy, not literacy, female literacy below 65. Now here we have to join two things each other, we have to compare with the two things. Means we do not want only single, not only single sex ratio or not only single female literacy below 65. We have to find out such areas which are having that less than that much literacy and that much sex ratio. And then here we have to use the AND. Okay, either we can get that AND here, from here also, that is there, see here, or you can by manually you can type also. The meaning of both the things is same only. Literacy, female literacy, see here, literate population, literate total male, literate total female. Okay, less than 65. Okay, we have to write a query like this, sex ratio total less than 950 and literacy total female less than 65. Okay, this is our result, and make sure that this is our result. Suppose you go directly with this result here, will not get anything here. In the attribute table, whatever things we are getting here, we have to select that one. That time only you will get that result selected here. Suppose I will give one more thing here. Suppose we have selected this one, you missed last one, then you will get the less. See, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Already we have 8 one, or here we are getting 7 because we haven't selected this one. We have to select this one also. Then all it is get selected here. This one also. This is our output. Same thing again. Go to here, export this one, save is, you will get your result. Okay. Many time after our session, many our friends do ask the queries. Always I am always welcoming that all queries, all questions, because you people are asking questions, queries, it means you are working on your task. That is the things. Suppose those who haven't done anything, they will not get any query. That time I am always saying, I am always welcoming the queries, but when we are conducting the session, you just understand the things, then it will be easy while you are working on your task or any project or anything. Okay, now we will go to the next one. This is our second homework, that is how you can interpret the result of query number 3. You just note down your second homework, that is the how you can interpret the result of the query number 3. What happens if you use or instead of and? If you have remember, in our last query we use and for the getting the sex ratio below 950 and female literacy below 65%. In that we had get some result, but see, we used and. Both the things we used there, but instead of using and, suppose we use or, then what will happen? Just run the query, use or instead of and find out what result we are getting. Obviously we will get the different result than what we get by using the and. If you deal with this and or these operators, then you know we'll get some different results. You see here, when we are using the or, that time either this or that, these operators will run there, then we will get the different result. Just try this one and just understand what result we are getting and what is logic behind that. Okay, now we are moving the next query, that is the find out the areas having latrine facility more than 40% and literacy rate greater than 75%. Here also we have to deal with the two things, the way we deal with the in the previous query. But here one small additional thing we have added here. What is that additional things? See, in our this query, what was the situation? The situation that the sex ratio below 950 and female literacy below 65. If you have remember, we have added the 4 data set in our program, and in that we are dealing with the queries, but till now we use the only single data set, that is the population, because this sex ratio and female literacy, that is comes under in the population only. Then it was very easy to run that program, because in a single attribute table both the variables were present there. But in this query the condition is not like that. See, the first one, it is talking about the latrine facility, and the second one is talking about the literacy rate. Then what we have to do, we have to deal with the two different data sets. Okay, two different attribute tables. Okay, but in yesterday's lecture, yesterday's session, day before yesterday's session, we get to know how to join the attribute table with our special data. We did that practical and very nicely you generated result as well. The same thing we are going to do here. Same thing we have to use here. One of our friend, he asked me one question regarding the attribute table. In that he asked, suppose we do not have any attribute in the attribute table, then how do we join external data to the special data? The explanation, orally explanation I can give this one. Whenever we are generating any special data, that time you just recall our previous lectures, previous session, you just recall that one. When we are starting our digitization, okay, when we are starting our digitization, that time what we are doing, we are adding the layer, we are create layer, that option is there, okay, that option is there, create layer. That time we are selecting either point, line or polygon. Okay, suppose you have selected some features, geometry type. Suppose we are going to digitize our Pune district map, okay, on the base map, and there are different tehsils. Now we have started our digitization. In that, in geometry, our polygon. Okay, when we are generating the polygon, that time at least we are giving the ID number, okay, in the attribute table. And the way we are generating, and after completion of our digitization, what we are doing, we are clicking the right click. Okay, when we will click the right click, that time another one window will appear there. Okay, and in that window we are entering some values. Automatically that attribute table will generate in your attribute section, and on the basis of that, whatever external data we have to join with that table, we can join that one. That is the one solution I can give here. Another one solution, suppose we have to add a field in an attribute table. I am not saying join. Joining is the different things. Okay, adding is the different thing. Means we have generated there a column in an attribute table, and manually we can put the value there. That option is also there. Okay, means just imagine the thing, we have an attribute table with you. Okay, we are not going to join, we are just creating one more column inside that. Suppose we have a 10 column, in that column 11th column we are generating, and manually we can fill the value. That option is also there. Okay, and on the basis of that we can generate a volume column, and we can, suppose want to add, we can add that one also. Now we come to our point. Find out the areas having latrine facility more than 40% and the literacy rate greater than 75%. This is our attribute, this is our special data. Okay, now here I am just writing here which things we are going to join there. It is very good practice when you are dealing with your work. Do keep your pen and your paper with you, then it will be easy to writing the things, then need not to go again and again there. Latrine facility and literacy rate. Latrine facility and literacy rate. Okay, then where will go get that latrine facility? See here, bid, Pune bid lat. Okay, mostly we will get that things in this attribute table. Let me check either we are going with the correct one or not. Okay, the first thing is there, lat per house. Okay, means we'll get that this thing, latrine facility more than 40%, it is here. And another one thing, that is the female literacy rate, that is here. Now what we have to do, just remember I am just keeping this one here, then it will be easy for the accessing. Now what we have to do, either we have to join this table, this attribute table to this one, that is one option, or we have to join this attribute table to this one. We can do anything. Okay, I am just opening this attribute table. See here, all the population related variables are here. Now how to join this one? I know you just recall your things, then you just get this one. We have to do right click, we have to go to properties. In the property, join option is there. Join option is there. Just click plus here. See, you must have remember the things what I told you in previous lecture. When we are adding the any another thing, external thing here, suppose we have a number of things here in the layer, then all that field will appear here. See now, what I am going to do here, I am going to do Pune bid population attribute table. To that attribute table, I am going to add this one. Okay, this one. But when I am clicking here, that time all three options, Pune bid lat, Pune bid lat water, Pune bid water scarcity total, that all options will appear there. Now it's up to us to select a particular things which we have to join. I have to use this one. Okay, now again it is asking on which basis we are going to join both the things. Okay, in last practical I explained everything very nicely. On the basis of unique thing we have to join the both the things. Okay, that is the primary key. Now you must know what is the primary key. Though participant newly joined or first time watching this video, this session, I recommend them to please go our previous sessions. Just look at there, just recall all the sessions, will get this option solution, what is the primary key, how to generate that primary key, and how to join this one. Now here we are going to use the UID, and here also UID is there. On the basis of that, I am going to join the both the data set. Now our regular participant, regular audience, they may think how we are going to join UID, because in last section we use density. If you remember, why we use density? Because the UID, that ID number, it is not, we are not able to write 0 in the beginning in the Excel. That's why we used density. But here in this case, both the data set is having the same UID, then we are going to use the UID. Just do OK. When we do OK, that time join layer Pune bid lat, it is happening here, it joined. Do apply, OK. We'll just check out either whatever we did, is it correct or not. That latrine facility data either join to population or not. Just right click, do here, go to attribute table, just open it and just check out either it is there or not. It is there. See, everything is there. Then whatever things we are doing, that is performing very clearly and nicely. Now very simple thing, we have to just run the query. Now things are very easy. We have to just go to here, advanced filter. The first thing, that is the fields and values. Our first things, latrine facility. See here, that is the, what is that, more than 40, more than 40, and what is that, literacy rate greater than 75, literacy rate, literacy. Literate population, 1 minute, literate population or literate population, this one only, it is in percentage, literate population. See this one, literate male female is there, but we have to take all the population, that's why literate population above 75, above 75. Okay, this is our output. Now where is our output? So did we gone wrongly, or what is there? Why our output is not showing on the screen? Why? Because our this layer is below that layer. This is our output. The population layer, it was below this latent facility layer. Then we can switch off this layer and it is easy to access. Then again go to export, just do save a selected feature as, and you get your result. Okay. Then next one, which are the areas having rural sex ratio, literacy, child sex ratio? We are just taking the different types of queries, then it will be easy to solve you different queries. Here again new type of query, here we are going to use 2, 3. If you recall all the queries, each and every query having the different characteristics. First single query, then second we find out some higher order, lower order, then third one we use the different data set, then again fourth one like that only, and now here we are going to use the 3 variables at the same time. Now here again do deselect, where is that option? Here. Okay. Now again I am going with the attribute table. I'll just do close here, open this one, go to advanced feature, expression, noted here rural sex ratio, first one is the rural sex ratio, then child sex ratio, then literacy. Rural sex ratio rural, this one, that is the greater than 900, again ND child sex ratio greater than 900 and literacy 70%, literate population above 70%. One minute, what is the option? What is the problem? Rural sex ratio rural. Child sex ratio. Literacy, literate population. $70. Okay. Might be there was some error while entering the query. That's why that OK option was not enabled. I have just written the query again. Sex ratio rural greater than 900 and child sex ratio greater 900 and literacy population greater 70%. Okay, these are output, only single tehsil it's showing that characteristics. Okay, same thing we have to go to export and save feature as, will get the output. Next, Same thing again we have to do, which are the areas having either urban sex ratio or child sex ratio above 900. Both the things in population, we have to just go with that. You just perform this query, note down this query, and if you have any doubt, just ask me on WhatsApp. I'll give the answer. Just do this one query and another one, this one, this again one. This is the homework. Find out the areas which are having the latrine ratio more than 40 and not having man-made source water, that is the 97. This is also simple query. We have to just find out that column, where is that. Now here what we have to do, we have to use the latrine ratio, means that latrine facility data, and here water resources data. These are two different data sets. Either first we have to merge that one, and after that we have to run the query. This is already we did in the previous queries. Likewise, we have to find out our solution. Okay, these are some query, that is the attribute query. Now here we are going to stop the things, whatever things in our plan. According to plan, we have finished each and everything. But again, I will tell you, this is not the end of the story. Many things are there, and on the basis of that only we can go ahead. Even though we are going to stop our workshop here, but we are not going to stop the learning process. Learning process will be a continue, will be always keep in touch through different medium. Social media is also there, WhatsApp there, Telegram channel is there, YouTube channel is there. Whatever things you feel, you always welcome, and you ask, you come forward, and afterwards, suppose those want to work together, we always open to work together. Another one thing I want to mention here, the queries. I am receiving all your queries, that all queries are with me. Already one of professor, he asked me regarding the land use, land cover, regarding the layout and different another advanced GIS things. Sure sir, we are going to work on that. After completion of this, first we'll finish this one, again we'll arrange some lectures for the layout, the another things, and for the, suppose we have to go with the land use, land cover, before that we should learn the basic things regarding the LULC, means there are different classifications, we have to go with that, then it will be easy or meaningful to do LULC. Then another thing, there are some small queries also. Surely I will give that answer. Sometime I am not able to give answer because I am receiving many queries. I am trying my level best to give the answer each and every one. But suppose sometime you don't receive the answer, please don't be upset. When I will get time, surely I will get that answer. I will give that answer. The another things, we are going to conduct a examination. You all aware about that. Today is our tomorrow there will be a no initiation. Tomorrow, that is the free for your preparation. Day after tomorrow, on 10th, we are going to conduct an exam. There will be a 25 questions in that exam. Each question will have a 2 marks. Okay, means the exam, it will be a 50 marks exam. The passing criteria, that is the 40%, means 20 marks. After completion of that exam, the participant or the those who are participating in our workshop, those will clear that exam, they will get the certificate. If you have any doubt, any query, you just ask me on WhatsApp. I will solve that query. In the evening, Dr. Ganesh Made, he is going to conduct one session. I will let you know the time or that link. I will send that link on the channel. Afterwards also you can watch that video. His main concern is that mostly he is going to talk on the technical things, means when we are using any software or anything, that time we must know some basic supporting things, how to do that one. He is going to talk on that. By evening we are going to send that link on our channel, Telegram channel. After that your attendance link also will be there, and whatever things till today we have completed, on the basis of that only we are going to ask the question. Many questions is related to the theoretical part, because in the objective question to solving the practical things is not possible, but mostly we are going to ask the question related to the theory only. I hope now there will be a no any doubt, and the people, those who are asking the some task, surely we are going to work on that, and we'll let you know the things. I will always, whatever things I am going to do, I will drop on the that channel. I hope now there all things are very clear, and thank you very much. Your support, your participation, very nicely, very actively you people have participated in this session, and very nicely, very successfully we completed all these tasks. Very soon I am going to give all that reports to the university authorities, how many participants were there from different countries. I would like to thank the participants who participated throughout the different parts of the world. Even in your attendance also we can see many participants, means Malaysia, Ethiopia, then even in Pakistan, Afghanistan, Nepal, Bhutan. In that part, from that countries also participants are there. They are participating. They are always in me contact on email. They are sending their queries, their difficulties. I am also giving the proper response to them. Thanks each and everyone who participated directly, indirectly in this program, and all the supporters who supported me directly, indirectly, to complete this session very successfully. Thank you very much each and everyone. Thank you. Nice to meet you. Good day. Thank you.